One common mistake in Spanish is to confuse the verb ser and the verb estar. And part of the reason is that they both mean to be. And in English, we use to be for temporary things or permanent things or situations. However, in Spanish, we use ser for permanent things and estar for temporary things. Well, so you might be thinking, Spanish is so hard. This doesn't happen in English. And that's my first point, grammar awareness. So it's not the same in English saying he is boring to say he is bored. If you notice, saying he is bored in this case means that he is just temporary bored. And saying he is boring means that he's kind of permanent boring. So that's the same way that Spanish speakers actually see ser and estar. By the way, if you find this video interesting, please give us a like. And if you are interested on improving your Spanish, please don't forget to subscribe. That means a lot to me. Another mistake that I see people making, it'll be to try to remember every single situation in which you use ser and in which you use estar by heart, especially if you are studying Spanish all by yourself, with no help from a tutor or a teacher. However, I would advise to use acronyms instead. So acronyms are going to help you out to remember when to use ser and when to use estar easier. You can use acronyms like doctor. For the verb ser in this case, the acronym doctor, it'll come very handy. So that's going to help you out to remember that D is for description, O is for occupation, C is for characteristics, T is for time and date, and O is for origin, and R is for relationships. Well, for the verb estar, the acronym is even easier. If you can remember this song, which is Estoy un poco loco, or if by any chance you remember that song, so the acronym for estar, it'll be even easier for you to remember, because the acronym for estar, it'll be the word loco. Yeah, that's right. The word loco stands for L for location, O for ongoing actions, C for conditions or states, and the last O on the actual word, it'll be opinions on food or appearance. If all these acronyms and letters was a lot for you, as a native Spanish speaker, I can help you out to minimize the brain power whenever you're using ser or estar, right? And this is my advice. Feelings and emotions in Spanish are temporary. Therefore, you're going to use estar all of the time. If you go that route and you remember that emotions and places and feelings are temporary in Spanish, and you're gonna always gonna use estar, and then everything else is ser, you won't go wrong 90 to 98% of the time. I would stick to that rule if what I just mentioned was too much for you. Another advice would be try to learn every single one of these verbs one at a time. I made a video for each of those. Feel free to go back and check on any of my prior videos where I go over ser and estar individually. Another advice would be to try to master one tense at a time. Once you have mastered the present tense, then you can move to el pretérito probably. And if you want to master ser and estar faster, the best thing that you could do would be practice, practice, practice. Now, so this is how you're going to practice. Every day, you're going to write down how do you feel and where you are. All right. And that's going to help you out to practice every day because you have to practice every day. You're going to use estar with those sentences. And then remember, everything else is Ser. Also, you're gonna say those sentences out loud. That's gonna help you out to remember as well. All right. Actually, let's practice right now. Leave me some comments with your sentence for the day.